Welcome back to 30 Tips in 30 Days. Today is day 29, tip 29. We are so close to that 30th day, and I'm continuing with sharing about dream career myths. And today I want to speak to an idea that you might have that I feel is twofold. So you might be thinking one way or the other. So it might be that when it comes to the dream career, you might be in a space of just really not believing that it exists. So you're in a space of feeling like this is work, you're just not really supposed to like it, and it is what it is. And then you just go through life and you eventually retire, and then you can live a life you love, right? So the dream career does not exist. And then the other idea is that, okay, I'd love to explore maybe that possibility of a dream career, but I have no idea how to make it happen. And I feel like these two basically coincide, right? So it might be this idea that if the dream career doesn't exist, then what's the point of even going on that path to discovering what it is or pursuing it? And it's also that if you have no idea how to make it a reality, then it can't really exist because it feels like the possibility of it being real is so far removed from your current reality. So there are two things that I want to basically explore when it comes to those two ideas. So one of the things that I always tell clients is that as far as I'm concerned, there's no way that the capacity of our brains, so we use about 10% of our brain capacity. So when you think about it, that's not very much. But if in that percentage you're actually able to imagine the dream career, then I will say whatever you can imagine exists. Okay, so if you are able to even think about that possibility, then there's a way to make it a reality. Then when it comes to the how, I always say your responsibility isn't so much about the how as it is about the what. So your responsibility actually is to get really clear about what it is you really want to do. And then once you have that clarity and once you're able to share that out loud, the universe is going to start sending help your way, right? So the universe is going to start opening doors, is going to start setting things in motion for you to support you in that journey. There's an analogy that I often share. You know me and analogies. So there's an analogy I often share to help you navigate this idea that your responsibility isn't how, your responsibility is the what. And that analogy has to do with a treasure hunt. So imagine that your dream career is that treasure that you want to pursue. And you're here at square one being like, I have no clue what to do, right? And the mistake that we often make when we're exploring the dream career or the next path in our career is that we're looking outside of ourselves and we're thinking, okay, show me how, tell me how, and then once I know how, then I'll start taking action, right? So we end up basically sitting in our thoughts waiting to find solutions to then take action. But when you think about the treasure hunt, in a treasure hunt, we're not sitting trying to figure out the clues and then taking action once we figure it out. Like, as you can see, if we think about the treasure hunt, there's no way you're going to find those clues. In order to find the treasure in a treasure hunt, you need to start taking action. So there's a first clue that comes along, and that first clue is going to bring you to the second clue, that's going to bring you to the third clue, and so on. And that's the same idea when we're talking about the dream career. This is a journey, and you need to take that first step. So, whatever that nudge is, whatever has been just, you know, this incessant desire or feeling or nudge, and whatever it is, it might be something that you're like, so I always, whenever I share this, I always think about art. Okay, so my nudge has always been art. Take that art class. And I'm like, yeah, but I know I don't want to be an artist. And it has nothing to do with being an artist or not. Okay, when you take that art class, this is where the magic happens because you don't know what's going to happen when you take that art class. You need to take the art class to get the next hint. So, as always, inspiring you to live a life you love. I'm probably just as excited as you are for tip number 30. It's been a long month. I'll tell you more about it next week. But I wish you a beautiful Friday, an amazing weekend, and I will see you Monday for tip 30 of 30 tips in 30 days. See you then.